Are you interested in learning more about how to get a TN visa under the category of management consultant? If you're from Mexico or Canada, I'm thinking about coming to work in the United States, and then you should listen to this video and learn a little bit more to see if this might be a good fit for you. My name is Keilani Hawks Villafranca. I'm an immigration attorney based in Austin, Texas, serving clients all over the United States. Many of my clients are professionals who come to the United States to work temporarily for US companies, and many of them do so through a visa called the Management Consultant TN visa. I wanted to talk about this a little bit today because there's a lot of misunderstanding about what the TN visa is and isn't. So I wanted to clear up any confusion, because if this is a good fit for you, I want you to be able to have success in your case. And then if this isn't a good fit for you, I don't want you to waste your time. Let's find a different option for you. So first, what's a TN visa? A TN visa, it was created by the NAFTA agreement between Mexico, the United States, and Canada. The NAFTA agreement now has a different name. It's called the USMCA, but the visa remains the same, and the qualifications for the visa are unchanged. If you are a Mexican professional, the visa is for 4 years for you. Canadians have slightly different rules and slightly different processing. Most of my clients are Mexican, but I also help Canadians as well. To get a TN visa, you have to have a job offer from a US company. And you have to be a member of a profession listed in the NAFTA agreement, the USMCA agreement. Now, I have it up in front of me here to give you some examples. So some of the examples are librarian, land surveyor, graphic designer, forester. Also, there are a lot of scientists on here, like pharmacists, recreational therapists, veterinarians, animal scientists. But there's one category that's not specific, and that's the category called management consultant. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. For any TN visa, you have to have a job offer for a job that is listed in the acuerdo, in the treaty. You have to have a job offer that is listed in the treaty. And you have to have the qualifications listed in the treaty to match that job. So let's say, for example, you're a biologist. You have to have a job offer to work as a biologist, and you have to have a degree, a licenciatura, or an undergraduate degree as a biologist, or a very closely related field to work in biology. For the TN visa, for management consultants, it's much broader. And that's why a lot of people like this management consultant category, because it can help us if your profession isn't on the list, or if your qualifications don't quite match what's on the treaty list of qualifications. You're not completely out of luck if you can qualify for a TN visa under the management consultant category, but not everybody can. And that's what I see a lot, is cases that are filed poorly and then denied for people who are never going to be eligible, because the management consultant is not a catch-all category that you can use just if you don't fit into any other category. Management consultant has its own rules. So let's talk about those. What's a management consultant? A management consultant is someone who has knowledge and experience in a specific industry, a specific kind of job. And they are coming to the United States to provide very high-level advice and counsel to the executives of a US corporation, to consult with them on the management of their business, using the knowledge that they already have, that they've gained in their past experience. So what I see a lot of times, that causes a problem, is that somebody is not actually going to be giving advice to the highest level of the company. So if you're just helping with one small little project, kind of low down on the org chart, and you're helping a low-level manager, that's probably not really a management consultant position. You have to be advising the directors of the company, the people who run the company, about how to run their company properly. It's management consultant. That's what the word means. And generally, the management consultant is not an employee of the company. They are a contractor that has a contract with the company to provide management consultant services. It's not always true. There is a way for you to come here as a management consultant as an employee, but if that is your situation, it is very tricky, and you need to be very careful to present your case properly. You have to show that it is what's called a supernumerary position. Now, you probably have no idea what that word means. It's because it's a word that is really not used anywhere other than in immigration law. But we have to prove that if you're an employee of a company in a TM position, that you are in a supernumerary position, not displacing a US employee. It's a unique requirement for the TM visa for the management consultant position, and you need to know it exists so you don't mess up and present yourself as an employee without proving your supernumerary aspect of employment. So we know that if you're a management consultant, you have to be providing high-level advice to executives of a company about how to run their company. You have to actually have experience. So what does your experience need to look like? Either you need a licenciatura in some related field, an undergraduate degree in some related field, or you need to have 5 years of experience either as a management consultant. So this is what you do all the time. I've had clients whose job it is to guide other businesses on how to run their businesses. Great. If you have 5 years of experience consulting in the management field, that'll work. Or you can have 5 years of experience in your industry that you're about to consult on. So say you own multiple tire repair shops. You've run them successfully for 20 years. You have tons of experience in this industry. Somebody who owns a tire repair shop in the United States wants your guidance on how to properly run their business. And then you have relevant experience that we can prove that you can come and advise the management of the US company about how to properly run the business that you have run yourself in the past. We need to make sure that you meet all of these requirements before we apply for the TM management consultant for you. I've seen a lot of people who've been denied in the past because somebody presented a normal employment relationship as if it were a management consultant, and it's just not. So for example, teachers, elementary school teachers don't qualify for TM visas. If you teach at a postgraduate level at college or postgrad sort of advanced degree, you can qualify for a TM visa, but your elementary school teachers, your secondary level teachers don't qualify. I've seen cases presented by not my law firm, but people who've come to me with denied cases where they've been presented as management consultants to be a teacher. Well, a teaching job is not a management consultant job. It's a very important job, but it's not eligible for a TM visa. If you were coming to advise the school on how to implement certain issues related to the running of the school itself, and you have relevant experience in school administration, perhaps that would work. But coming to work as a teacher is not a TM position. And you can't just file a management consultant application to be a teacher because teacher's not on the list. You can't just get around missing professions by claiming that the job is a management consultant job. That won't work. The consulates look for it all the time and they deny these cases constantly. And it's actually why even legitimate management consultants have a harder time getting approved because there's so much fraud in this case area, and the consulate knows that and they look for it. Okay. Last but not least, so let's say you have a job offer. You're going to be advising the high-level executives in the company. You have the relevant work experience yourself. We have to make sure we can articulate what problem you're coming to solve. We can't just generally say, I'm going to advise the company on how to do stuff really well. That's not going to work. We need to be really concrete and say, the company is experiencing a concern with respect to marketing in this market related to this kind of thing. And I have that experience. And so with my knowledge, I'm going to help them meet this growth goal that is being prevented because of this marketing problem. We have to be really specific about the problem you're trying to solve, the goal we're trying to meet, and how your knowledge and skills are going to get the US company to that place. So as you can see, as we talk more about this, it really is a high-level consulting position. It's not just a catch-all visa application. So if you think that you may have a case, give me a call. My phone number is here below, 512-675-2945, or shoot me an email or send me a contact from my website. I would love to talk to you and see if you really do have a good management consultant opportunity in the US, if we can help you get the visa. Because if you are a good fit for this position, it can be really fast. Your family can come with you. Your spouse can't work, but your kids can go to school. And you guys can live in the US for 4 years on your TN visa as Mexican citizens and grow your career here in the United States. Give me a call. Love to talk to you. Bye.